This is Mario with the intro video to Sunday School class of January 11. Thank you for watching. On Sunday, your lesson will be about how Jesus, the Son of God, has the power to overcome all evils in this world. That even super strong demons quake before Jesus. Even super strong people quake before Jesus. It doesn't matter how strong you are. Jesus is stronger than you. Not the strength, but the capacity for love and encouragement. Christ has the power to restore anybody and give them the freedom that they deserve. Your lesson will be based on Mark chapter 5, verse 1 to 20. It's the story of the man that was possessed by a multitude of demons. Jesus asked him, "Who are you?" And they say, "Legion," meaning an army of these spiritual beings who are bad, because they are causing harm to these men. The story says that the people that live around him tried to contain him with change or some type of restraint places, but he was too strong, too powerful. He has supernatural strength, is what we can read or assume from the lesson. And when he approaches Jesus, Jesus is not afraid of this. Jesus is not afraid of somebody that is physically stronger than him. And so it begins our lesson. Before anything else, welcome those students who are in the class. Tell them how nice it is for you to see them. You may talk about how it was Christmas and what did they do for New Year's Eve. Take some interest in what happened in their life. After hearing them, you may begin with a short prayer thanking God for one another, for being together again, and for whatever happened, for the gifts and for the good times and for the vacations that kids have. After prayer, say that your lesson for today is found in Mark chapter 5, verse 1 to 20, and help them find it in the Bible. Always saying that it is in the New Testament and that is one of the Gospels. Encourage them to know a little bit of the education of the Bible, the scripture that we're reading today. After reading it, ask them to tell you a little bit about the story, what they remember, what caught their attention, maybe guidance in at least 3 things. Help them understand that the man was possessed with all the evil spirits and they were living inside of him. And that's what was making him super strong. Help them remember that he was living alone, perhaps because people were afraid of him. He was living in the tombs, like in the cemetery, and how awful that is, just to be alone, no friends, no family, because they are afraid of you. So being super strong really doesn't help in that part of society. He had no hope in ever being part of society. Tell them that he was super strong and that he was able to break free from those chains. Nobody could control him. And last but not least, the evil spirit recognized Jesus without Jesus even telling them who he was. They just saw the capacity for love that Jesus had, and that changed everything. They changed right away. They didn't know how to behave with Jesus. Violence, if you answer violence with violence, that's no good. Violence, if you respond violence with love, that stops violence. And that's what probably Jesus did in this particular instance. Continue by saying that Jesus saw this and the suffering from this person being under control of the bad spirits, and Jesus wants to take action, and the spirits, react to it and say, "Hey, just send us to the pigs at least, and let us hang out there. We don't want to disturb you anymore." So they were afraid, even if perhaps they were stronger than Jesus altogether, physically stronger, but they were not spiritually stronger than Jesus. Jesus was able to take control of that situation. So there's 3 things that Jesus does that are miracles. Jesus heals the man and makes him acceptable into society again. That is a miracle that Jesus does. He gives this man back to society. He was excluded because people were afraid. Jesus changed everything and makes him a good person again. Jesus shows how merciful God is and that He helps us when we need them most. When everybody else have left the room and nobody else wants to help you and everybody's pushing you away, God is the one that welcomes you and changes you and returns you to society, improve. And Jesus does these miracles not for His fame or for finding favor with the family and all that. Actually, the people from the town didn't like Jesus after this, and they asked Him to leave. That's something to remember as well. Something that you can do to get the attention of the students is to bring something that signifies being strong. Maybe a poster of a wrestler or the Hulk as a cartoon. Get them talking about how being super strong is cool and whatnot, but always pointing out that really Jesus is not up to just being strong physically, but in your heart that's where He cares. That's what Jesus matters to Jesus the most. You can bring maybe a phone book or a stick that is really thick or change, and ask the kids to see if they can break it. To say, hey, this man could do it, and he was not a big deal for Jesus. Jesus was more attentive to what is in your heart, more than whether you can break this or not, whether you're super strong or not. Tell them, this is a good story to talk about bullying. Tell them not to be afraid of people that can hurt you physically. Tell them that we need to find the hope in Jesus. Jesus is the one that heals us. So that's something to remember for them, is in a world where people who are stronger are abusers, or they're doing things that they should not be doing, Christ changes that. And Christ gives us the power in our hearts to change that. It will be good to end in prayer, asking God to show us how not to be afraid of people that can physically hurt us, because Jesus showed us the way of salvation, of peace, of really encouragement. And thanking God, because God is stronger than anything else that we can face in our life. I hope that you found this video helpful. Thank you for watching.